Get a 2-scoop ice cream. You put chocolate, and then on the top, mint chocolate.
It was somebody's way of
gosh.
eating dessert and wanting their breath to smell good.
Well,
I'm
worked.
I guess so. Mint was meant for chewing gum, for peppermints, and for toothpaste.
I'll go with that too.
Yeah.
But I love my mint
But so
ice
does
cream.
that mean when you're brushing your teeth, does that mean you're getting you're like, man, I wish some chocolate was on this?
No, it's separate.
I mean, right?
Separate
Why
category
would you,
to me.
why mix the two? What is going on, Armchair Authentic friends? It's great to have you back for another episode of the podcast with your friends, Rhett and Justin. Here we are trying to steward our stories and our conversations in a way that serve you by having real conversations about real life with real people. Now, today, Justin and I cannot wait to get into our conversation. But before we do, want to take a moment and say welcome to all of you who may be joining us for the first time. It's so great to have you here. In fact, if you have not already followed us on social media, could we encourage you to go to Facebook or Instagram and follow us at Armchair Authentic. That's at Armchair Authentic. Or you can go over to X. You can find us there at Armchair Auth Pod. That's Armchair Auth, AUTHPOD. Now, it goes without saying, but I'm going to say it, and that is thank you so much to every single one of you who've not only rated and reviewed the podcast, but also have taken the time to copy the link from your podcast platform. And when you've sent that to a friend, man, that has meant so much to us. Thank you for doing that. Okay, friends, we're diving into our conversation, and it starts right now. Here we go. Well, Justin, here we are, another episode. Let's go. And what's cool about today is that it actually marks a full year.
It does.
Since we started this thing.
Episode 53.
I mean, as far as like the actual episode 1, it actually dropped a year ago on this. I don't know the exact date, but on this week.
Well, I think we started with Fridays to be our day, and we realized that's not a great drop day.
Yeah, you talk about learning things as you go through it. We're thinking, hey, people will listen to it over the weekend.
It's the weekend, man. We thought we were outsmarting the market.
We're like, we'll be different. We'll be the church that plants on Sunday evening, like Pastor Clay talked about.
Yeah.
We're doing Saturday night church. Let's go. Like Fridays. Here we go.
We quickly learned. We shifted to Monday not long after.
Yeah.
But this is it. Yeah, this time last year, we got up and running, so it's been officially 1 year. So congrats, Rhett.
Hey, congrats to you, man. Come on, air fist bump across the room.
My right arm is hurting.
Speaking of your right arm hurting, like bring our friends in on what you were telling me earlier off air.
Well, you know that after Christmas, you're ready to put up all your stuff, and we're kind of in the middle of this project where we want everything out of our garage. That's just boxes that really is Thanksgiving, Christmas, and a bunch of crap that you needed to throw away.
And I love that, the emphasis, and a bunch of crap that you got to throw away.
You got to throw it away.
Yeah,
so
I love it.
Me and Summer actually had someone come over who would have fresh eyes and not be so attached to keeping everything. And so we just had her helping us just start clearing it out of our garage. If it looks good, keep it. If it looks like trash, let's trash it.
So that was your clarification. It was if it looks like trash, throw it away.
Yep.
And
and we monitored it though.
Yeah.
But at least if it's over in that, we can look and say, oh yeah.
Okay.
Like for instance, we've had these Bear Bryant Coca-Cola glasses forever.
I bet that was hard to get rid of.
It was hard because it goes way back to my granddad who probably gave us those.
Yeah.
And it was just like, these aren't going to be worth anything, surely.
Some listener right now is going, oh my God.
It is.
Tell me you didn't throw those away.
Yeah. Well, we did. I chunked them.
Man.
And I'm like, it's just time to say goodbye. And it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
I wish we could go. Oh, cue the Boys to Men soundtrack of the 90s.
Wasn't
This
that
is
good?
awesome. Oh, my
love,
gosh.
love me some Boys to Men, by
I
the
would
way.
love to play that. We can't for
Get me on
copyright
that.
reasons.
Get me on that tangent. I'll go there with you all the time.
Yeah, I'm thinking Ryan Jennings and Micah Solomon right now are going, oh, come on.
yeah.
Let's say they're dialing it up right now.
Let's do
Come
it.
on,
Let's have
guys.
them come see us and we'll sing it together.
Yeah, that's fun.
And do our little trills like we know what we're doing.
You got to do that little sway and the little snap. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
As you can't see us, but I'm swaying back and forth in my little
double snap.
my little leather armchair that's laid back. Oh, that's fun.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
yeah, that was some good stuff right there.
I love
It even makes me think about this. You know, I was joking with you and Micah when we were talking about the school song. I'll jump back on what I was saying in a minute, but
Okay, yeah.
how you never knew we had a school song at Parkway.
Yeah, that was like a eye-opening, like
Yeah.
really mind-blowing moment.
Yeah, we didn't do a good job letting
don't-
the student body know that it existed, but we.
There's probably a good reason for that.
I remember
I
watching
heard
the
song
movie
when you sang it. I was like, okay.
No,
good.
it was very like, yeah, okay.
It's
Not very cool. But it's especially if you've seen the movie Lean on Me with Morgan Freeman
man.
back in the late 80s.
Was
He's-
Morgan Freeman in that movie?
Oh, yeah, he was Joe.
All I
he was
remember
Joe
is-
Clark.
was it Corey
Wasn't,
Haim?
wasn't he Joe? Wasn't no? Yeah, that was Morgan Freeman. He was Joe Clark. No, you're thinking of
Stand By Me. Yeah. I'm
This
like,
is
I'm thinking
Lean
of,
on
was
Me.
it Corey Haim and Corey Feldman and like the guy that ended up going to Star Trek or whatever.
And some are like dead now too. You know,
Oh man,
with overdoses.
that's
but that-
literally the movie I thought you were talking
Yeah.
about. No, you're talking about Lean on Me. It was Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, he was the principal, Joe Clark.
Yeah,
Principal
I know
Joe
what you're
Clark.
talking about. Yeah,
Got all the
Great
students on the
movie.
stage
based on
He
real
say,
life.
Y'all have now been expelled, and then they're all taken off
Oh, yeah.
the stage, and he's cleaning the school up.
Yeah,
But
he's bringing law and order to the school.
He's bringing law
Yeah.
and order, and everybody's singing the school song. I mean, kind of sounds familiar what's going
Yeah,
on
I
in the
was literally
government right
thinking
now.
about, like,
We'll see
Donald
if we go
Trump.
there.
At the time of this recording, President Donald J. Trump has been elected,
Yeah.
and he is in the office for a full week, and it's just unbelievable the stuff he's getting done in a
He
week.
is like
Unbelievable.
signing some things
He
and
ain't
showing
playing.
it. He's like,
He is
check it
not-
out. There's a big one I just signed right here. And
Oh, wow.
But so
Yeah.
with Morgan Freeman,
Yeah.
they cleaned out the school. They're making sure that everybody gets the patriotism of learning the school
Oh, that's
song.
right. And he had
He's
the
like,
guys start
You're
singing
gonna learn the school song, and it's
Yeah.
like Fair East Side.
Oh, yeah.
And there's the scene in the bathroom.
But those guys are singing. Yeah.
Yeah,
like what
and
we
he
used to do.
completely
It was
calls them
so
out
good.
like you think they're about to be in trouble, and it's like, if you haven't learned the school song, you're going to be suspended. And he goes to the one guy, sing the song, and he's like, and then the guy elbows him like, that's not it.
Come on, bro.
And then
Yeah.
he kicks in with like, Fair East Side.
Yeah.
And then they kick into that harmony. Yeah,
it was beautiful.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful, man.
Yeah.
And so I remember you and Micah thinking, we need to write a school song after
Oh,
that. But
no
I think
way.
that's why I never
don't
told you about the Parkway School song, because it just wouldn't have fit, because you got that smooth Boys to Men sound,
Yeah.
and we're over here like, oh, we are the pioneers. PC.
Oh, yeah. We're
But
not
you
doing
could do
that.
something with that. Like,
could.
It's like, we are the pioneers.
I'm not even going to try.
We love our Lord country. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. So that would have been the school song deal. But I was telling a story about cleaning an attic, and I can't remember what
We were talking about
got us on that.
You were talking about your arm and how you can't lift your right arm up. And
I still don't know how it got us on the school
I
song.
mean, like, yeah. Let's rewind the track back. Where'd it go? All right, I don't know what we're
But
talking
no, so
about.
the arm, my arm is
Yeah.
really in pain.
Oh, you were
It's
cleaning
not-
things
it's
out.
not been this
It was the
painful.
Coca-Cola bottle, Paul
That's
Bear
right.
Bryant Coca-Cola bottle.
Coca bottle.
The Coca bottle. You know, speaking of Coca-Cola, I will never forget going to my grandma's house, and this was in Huntsville. My mama and papa, that's what I called them. Man, every time I'd go over, they'd like, Rhett, you want an ice cold Coke wait, hold on. She says, Rhett, do you want a ice cold Coca-Cola classic? Like the whole word, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was like, oh, you need an ice cold Coca-Cola classic. I was like, yes.
Was it in the glass bottle?
Oh, glass bottle and everything, man.
Those are the
Cold, like
best.
you get the bottle opener, you know. Oh, it's
Yeah.
great. And I'm thinking, Man, what a generation. What
Oh,
a,
man.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
like you talk about buying into branding. Coca-Cola Classic, and now it's straight up, man, just Coke.
I know. Now it's Coke. And evidently, I saw something the other day. It's like if you turn it the other way, Coca-Cola, the way it's spelled, it actually looks like the shape of the devil, like someone with
whatever.
conspiracy.
Are you
and I'm like,
serious?
they just trying to create some things. Now.
I mean,
it's got little horns. It's like the
we've
shape.
turned it upside down.
There's the tail. That C, it looks fancy, but it's a devil tail.
Yeah.
I'm like, just stop it.
Yeah, please. Okay,
And
so you got
we
rid of
threw away the Coca-Cola bottles, Bear Bryant.
So you didn't even look on eBay. You didn't even see how much they cost.
Yeah, it was
What
like
was it?
you could get $10 to $300 for each one.
Okay.
And I'm like, surely
$200 or $300?
Yeah, I'm like, surely not mine.
Okay.
So I just didn't want to buy into it. I'm like, I ain't got time for this. I had like 8 of them.
I ain't got time for this.
Yeah, that might be $2,400, at the highest. Let's throw it away. Because what I'm going to do is say, let's hold on to it, and I'll check it out later.
And then 10 years from now, you still holding on to it. Like, golly.
Yeah, and they ain't going to sell.
No.
I mean, they're just, I'm not. And you guys reach out to me.
They made so many of those.
Tell me
every
if you
house you
found
go
that.
to, Alabama house, you got them. I mean,
well,
like,
now I'm thinking about it because I don't mean to, everybody, we're like almost 500 cities across the country who listen to this. So not everybody can think about Alabama Crimson Tide.
somebody like, who is Paul Bear Bryant?
But
Somebody
to say that is we claim a lot of national championships, and I'm a believer that we have it.
Did you notice the word claim?
I had to use claim because
this
the bottle
was before the national championships even existed.
This bottle is
we're the
so-
national champions.
This bottle is so old that it showed all of our national championships up to 1979,
Ooh,
and it only listed like 8 of them. So if you do the math, it's like even they just admitted we only got like 15.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the line, we added more.
Yeah.
And so that
To clarify,
bottle
Paul
almost
Bear Bryant was
disproves it.
one of the greatest coaches of all time. He coached
College
for the
football.
Alabama
Yeah.
Crimson Tide, much like Nick Saban. You know, he was just that dynamic of a coach and leader.
Yeah, and so
they
we
dedicated
finally-
a Coca-Cola bottle after him with his picture on it and everything.
And it was legend growing
it
up as a
was.
kid. You were
Yeah.
used to seeing that in your grandparents' house.
Yeah, they
usually.
had all
It was
of
just Alabama pictures and Coca-Cola
My
bottles.
dad had them.
We all collected them.
And I was like, I'm thirsty. Can I open one of those?
don't touch it.
It's probably nasty if you think about it.
Oh, it'd
how
be
old.
so
It's
flat.
not like wine. It gets better, though. This
it doesn't. This is like Coca-Cola.
This is syrup by now.
Yeah,
this
this
might
is
as well be
very
poured on a
classic.
pancake.
This is Coca-Cola
Man,
extra
where'd you get
classic.
this maple syrup, man? It's Paul Bear Bryant, Alabama Crimson Tide. Maple syrup from 1977 or 8.
I did
or
think
9.
about opening one just to taste, and I was like, I can't.
Oh,
Number one, it would ruin my streak. That's another thing we'll talk about again later.
Oh, dude, I haven't had a Coca-Cola or Diet Coke or anything since July of last year.
That's really good.
Well, let me rephrase that. I haven't had a full one. Like every once in a while, I'll be like, let me just like if Linda like we're leaving a restaurant and the glass is kind of full on her end.
Yeah.
Like let me see if I even still like it, and I'll drink just a sip. And I promise you, man, I feel like it's straight up syrup. I'm like, oh,
Really?
I don't miss this at all.
God, I can't imagine.
And so, anyway, so I can't technically say I still haven't had it, but every once in a while I'll try a little sip of my son's Sprite or a Coke just to see where I'm at because I've gone for so long.
Yeah.
And man, I'm loving the water train, dude.
Yeah, water
I'm
train's
loving
good.
it, man.
Yeah, water and coffee,
I do
man.
not miss it.
A lot of water, coffee,
Yes,
and
and really, you don't drink
Arnold
any
Palmer.
sugar? I'm like, yeah, I drink sugar. I'll drink a lemonade from time to time at Chick-fil-A.
yeah.
That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
treat for me. And I'll drink a coffee.
Well, and
one a day.
Meaning you were going to leave here after our recording and enjoy our frequenting. We try to do it every now and again of Milo's.
What? Yeah.
And I'm going to get me an Arnold Palmer.
Oh, there you go. Well, like,
Sweet tea.
talking
lemonade.
about my coffee addiction, the local Starbucks here in Moody. Come on, shout out Moody. We got a Starbucks, baby. We're moving
Yeah,
up.
you do. I love it. I
Like I'll pull in the drive-through and like, Rhett, what's up, man? You getting your normal? I'm like, yeah, JC, here we go. There's a guy there by the name of JC. He's
They
so
know
cool.
you.
He's like, yeah. And I'm like, dude, how do you know I'm pulling up? And I don't know if you know this, but they've got cameras. They actually can see you.
Oh, they stare right at you when you're ordering. So
Yeah, and I'm
just
like,
don't make
so
that dumb
if,
face
if
when you're
you
ordering.
think
Like,
they can't
oh.
see you, he's like, hey, dude, what's up, Rhett? I'm like, bro, like, how did you know it was me? Oh, we got a camera.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they do.
and then so I pulled up to the window and I was talking to him, and I was like, dude, I didn't realize you guys could see us. I mean, I thought it was just a microphone. He's like, oh no, man, we can see everything.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
All these years,
Yeah.
you're running back. What face? What have I been doing with my hands?
But you ready for
every
this?
time I'm ordering,
I
my
learned
drink?
something. He said, but he said next time you come through, man, I'll put my face up on the screen. I'm like, I'm
No
sorry,
way.
what? He
That would
said,
be
yeah. He
weird.
said, all I have to do is hit a button and you can see me.
No way.
I was like, are you kidding
I've
me?
never seen that.
No, I hadn't either.
I've never seen him do
And
that.
the reason you haven't seen it and I haven't seen it is because we're not deaf and we don't use sign language.
No way.
Yep. And so that's
Wow.
exactly right. And
That's
so
amazing.
I don't know how they do it, but he just said, man, next time I hit the button and then you can see me. I was like, oh my God. Dude, yeah, I want to see this.
That's amazing.
Like, does his face show up on the whole screen? Is it just a square?
Yeah.
But,
And
I was
do
like,
they
come
really
on.
know, or are they like those people they found out later? The ones who were like on the governmental team and they're talking about incoming hurricanes and they hired some of the sign language people,
Okay.
but they never vetted them.
They don't know whether or not they're what are they signing?
They had a professional person who knew sign language and they said they're not even making words with their hands. And they're just going after it. And it's like a national broadcast.
They're getting paid and he's faking it.
They're faking it.
It's
and
kinda
they're
like-
just making up
Oh my
stuff.
gosh.
It's like, and
Dude.
this is a horrendous hurricane. They're like throwing their arms up like, it's horrendous. Like,
I start doing the, what's
yeah,
the
like
guy?
the happy hand, spirit sprinkles.
No,
and like,
the air blow up things that are on the side of the road.
Yeah.
It's like this long tube, and it's
Yeah.
got these hands, and it goes up, and then it like
that's all
comes
they're doing.
down. Like
I mean, that
this
person,
wind is like crazy, and
that
we can see
person somehow convinced
the car
the
salesman type.
people
Yeah.
that I know sign language.
Wow.
And at one point they had to think, okay, this is going too far.
Was this the Weather Channel?
It
Like,
was,
National
it
Weather
was,
Channel?
yes, it was
Oh my
like a
gosh.
briefing where the governmental, like let's say it's coming into Florida and it's
Yeah.
the governor talking, but they have to have someone with sign language for
my
the people who,
gosh.
they can't hear.
Yeah.
And so they're watching TV and the deaf community is looking at that saying,
That's sad.
what's this
That is
person
so
doing?
sad.
Because they're not speaking.
It's kind of like the actor who puts on their resume that they ride, that they know how to ride horses, and then they show up on the day that they're supposed to ride horses. You said you could ride a horse. Yeah, I rode a horse when I was like 6, 7 years old. Does the horse at the carousel count at the Galleria Mall? I like that. I mean, you didn't say specifically what kind of horse I rode. I mean, it's like, hey, the actors do that all the time,
Oh, yeah.
man. They will
Yeah.
put, it reminds me of Joey on Friends.
Yeah, saying he
Blah, 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 blah.
this has to be performed by a Gentile. And he said he's never been circumcised.
Oh, man. Well, like, was it the episode where he said he spoke French and he's trying
I
to
was
get
thinking a
Phoebe.
different one.
Oh, I was thinking of where
when
Phoebe
he-
was talking about French.
I took it in another direction.
Je m'appelle Joey. Je blue. Oh, no, what part of je m'appelle? It's
Yeah.
like, anyway.
I was thinking the one where he got the part, but he had to be like
Oh, I
uncircumcised.
see. I don't remember that one.
And he really wanted the part, so he tried to do all he could to show that he had
gosh.
it. And something happens. Obviously, it wouldn't show the camera, but it alludes to show that they realized quickly. he
You're like,
wasn't.
okay, yeah.
So-
That is
yeah, you
hilarious.
Don't lie because it's
Yeah.
going to catch up to you. You're going
It
to be on a
will.
national platform.
It's going to happen.
and you're thinking,
I am
my
a
gosh,
fraud.
at
I am
some
a
point, someone's going to bust me.
I
at
mean,
this.
it all comes out at
Yeah.
some point.
Back to the story.
So
We clean the garage.
we're
so
gonna
I
get
found,
we're gonna get to the reason your arm is
That's
hurting.
right. So I found everything that we're keeping. So now we wanted to transfer it from the garage to the attic.
Okay.
And so I have old school attic where it's
Now,
like
is
you
this-
bring down the ladder.
Okay, so you're not putting the stuff that you have in the garage in the attic.
Only
you're
the
bringing
stuff that we're
to-
keeping. No.
Oh,
I want our garage cleaned out. So over years,
Yeah.
we've been just getting rid of a bunch of
Good for you.
previous family stuff that we kind of inherited. We're getting
Yeah.
rid of everything. So we've simplified majorly. And so what we wanted to do on this is like we have a ping pong table we want in our garage, just active stuff
That's
going
fun.
on. It's going to be
Yeah.
a lot of fun. So we're getting rid of these boxes, but I want it to be where Christmas, Thanksgiving, I'll go up to the attic and bring it down. Be just more of that style.
Okay.
And so I had this.
First of all, picturing you going into an attic, I bet that was
I get all up in
that
there.
trauma trigger for you, man. It's like spiders. You hate
man.
spiders.
But
The
it's
idea
funny,
of anything
somehow-
moving around in the dark, you're
It
like,
doesn't hit me.
Does it not?
No,
I can
I
imagine
can
you
get
would be
up
like, I'm not going up here. Hey boys,
I know.
Why don't you go back in that corner and pull me that box over there?
I got my flashlights.
Okay.
I get up there. It doesn't trigger. I just turn on the lights. I'm good to go.
Okay.
But it still is the trauma that hits me. As a kid, we used to have one in our old house, and I completely fell out. Went right down those wooden stairs, nailed the ground. So there's no telling what happened. I might be crazy in the head right now.
Are you talking like the Chevy Chase National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation where he's up in the attic? He got locked up there and he's sitting there watching that old movie.
He's crying.
A tear comes down his cheek and all of a sudden
he's reminiscing.
His wife pulls the string because they got back home and he just kind of got lost in a moment.
Yes.
She pulls the string and he falls.
That's what I'm in, man.
Best moment ever.
If you were to picture that, that's what I'm up in. And there's not a lot of space in ours, though. So I'm reaching down. This lady's helping me kind of pull it up because Summer had to roll. So I'm just kind of in this moment. It's like, well, we got this person. Let's go ahead and get all the rest of their hour here that we're already paying them for. Mm-hmm. And I grabbed this box, several of them. Mm-hmm. And now it's just me having to pull it up. And I have to pull it up awkward because the way the springs are on the ladder. Yeah. I have to go to the other edge.
So you're in the attic. She's at the bottom of the stairs. And half of you is coming out of the attic trying to grab with your right hand. Oh, yeah.
Like accident waiting to happen.
Oh, my God.
My arm's reaching down. I grab it. So I'm okay. I pull it off. But I didn't realize how much I was working just the weird positioning of my shoulder.
Yeah, for hours.
Yeah, so picture that. Now fast forward, adrenaline's kicked in. Let's say that's Friday, nothing's happened. Saturday, nothing's happened. We have, which I'll tell you later, we had a very delayed Christmas with the family, literally a month to the date. At the end of January, we're at the
end of January, and we're celebrating. I texted you. I was like, "What'd you do?" Oh, we're celebrating Christmas.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
right.
What? Wait, that was last month, man.
We did.
We're in 2025. Like, this doesn't make sense. Yeah.
And I'll get back to that. But Monday morning, I woke up so sore. And then, like another day, it's just excruciating pain. Mm. And I thought that I didn't even equate it to that. I've been wondering, like, man, what's going on? Yeah. And I woke up at like 5 something this morning, wanted to knock out some stuff. And it's like it occurred to me. I completely tore or pulled a muscle.
You had to have. Yeah.
And so I think we're going to be better soon. But what's funny, the reason we brought it up is I was trying to reach out to something.
Oh, yeah, you're trying to give me a fist bump. Yeah, I was
and like, God, what an effort. What a major task to be doing right now. Oh, but, the stuff we take for granted.
We take for granted.
But no, Christmas was great. We had a delayed at the end of January, had all the family over. We had the Christmas.
Because everybody was sick.
Yeah,
right?
We were all sick.
I love the fact that you guys just didn't cancel it. You were like, look, we'll get together. We'll do our meal.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all like went all out with your
we did.
Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner. And so you were like, well, ham's about to go in the oven. I'm like, what is happening right now?
We got the ham in the oven. We got the smoked turkey, Summer's jalapeno corn we talked about. Yeah. I mean, we went all in. We had the trees down, but we had the Christmas bench. We had the bench there that we put all the gifts on.
The Christmas bench.
Oh, Christmas bench. I mean, that was our deal. So you walk in and you see the bench.
How lovely is your wooden splinters? I don't know. Like, is it wooden?
It was like that.
Does it get cushions on it? Okay.
It is. No cushions, just wood.
So this is a tradition, the Christmas bench, or did y'all just start something?
We just made it up. We were trying to work with something. We kept the wreaths on the door.
It's Christmas.
Yeah, but everything's down. Like, we're trying to move on with the year. But we had to have this one more moment.
Late at night next to the Christmas bench. I don't know. Sorry.
It's such a word. You got to
you got to
say it very, very careful.
Yeah.
But we had our annual. We usually do basketball games with the family on Thanksgiving and Christmas. Mm-hmm. So we had our delayed Christmas match. I mean, I was playing hard. So it was me and all these it was probably like 5, 6 younger people.
Did you make room for the pool? Did you make room for the ping pong table? I don't know what's wrong with me.
I was like,
what
word is that?
Did you make
what word did he just say? The poom?
The poom? The poom pickled
I don't
pong
know.
Table.
We try to always make room for the poom.
Oh, man.
I mean, a family that pooms together stays together.
Stays together, yeah.
So we
Prayer and poom. There we go.
Make room for the poom.
Well, the broom ball. Remember broom ball?
Broom.
Broom.
Love,
See,
love,
you remember
love
broom ball? Let's go, man.
Like
Talk
ice skating.
about that.
Ice skating broom
Ice
ball.
skating broom ball, man.
I love
That's
broom
the
ball.
90s youth group thing to go do in the South, man. You got the ice skating rink that shuts down, and you're out there with brooms.
I love broom
and
ball.
a ball on ice.
I loved ice skating.
It's amazing.
That was our deal.
But did you
and I
make
used to
room
go
for the
ice
ping
skating.
pong table? You never answered.
Well, we put the boxes down there. No, I did not set
We're
it up.
coming close to
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You're
Yeah, I
getting
told
close.
Britt, I was like,
Okay.
man, it was a gift for him at Christmas. And now here I am a month later. I was sick, all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I promise, buddy, we're going to get that ping pong table.
Man, when we would
Yeah.
play broom ball at the ice skating rink, like it was like, I mean, thinking of it through the lens of a parent, it's like you almost need a waiver signed
You need to.
because how many heads?
Talk about dangerous.
Talk about your feet coming out from underneath you and
I know.
hitting your head on solid
Oh my
ice.
gosh. Or
and
slicing
blood.
somebody
Like that
with
happened.
your ice skate.
Well, yeah. I mean, we never played broom ball with ice skates on. We was with your shoes.
It was like in a gymnasium.
oh.
But yes, but I've done the broom ball in the ice skating rink.
Okay, gotcha. I was thinking that literally broom ball and an ice skating rink was without ice skates. You're on your feet with a broom.
Oh, see, I don't remember
I
that.
don't remember that. I could have swore like there was no way they would have licensed us with ice skates in soccer at the same time in the middle of the ice rink. I do not remember that. I could have swore, man. I don't know.
but me-
You never
we-
forget anything.
We ice
so,
skated all
you
the
know.
time, though.
Well, we did.
But not everybody did.
But broom
We were-
ball on an ice skating rink was
See,
unbelievable.
I feel like, I just don't remember doing that in shoes.
What's up, everybody? Want to take a moment and interrupt this conversation just to simply remind you, if you're having a good time today, if you're enjoying this conversation, could you do us a huge favor? Would you take a moment right now, stop what you're doing? If you're driving, pull over to the side of the road. If you're drinking a coffee, set it down and copy the link from your favorite podcast platform. Send that to a friend, text it to a friend, email it to a friend, whatever you do, just get that out there. It means so much to us. Honestly, it is a blessing. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Let's jump back to the conversation.
I just don't remember doing that in shoes.
I've seen it in the gym. And I've seen it
all
on
the time.
ice.
Yeah, we might be mixing it up.
Yeah, maybe that's
here,
what we're
in our head.
Anyways.
We're projecting.
Let us know who's making. Am I making
That
this
on
crap
that.
up? Like I think it was real.
God, that
It's
would be-
real in my mind.
That would be awful.
Oh, I remember seeing people
Shoes.
bust their heads.
That would be terrible.
You're in your
broom ball
shoes.
in the gym. It's good, but on the ice,
That's what I mean. That's what made it even
I don't
harder.
remember that.
Everybody's laughing, and you're like
gosh.
trying to run. You're like the Flintstones with your feet coming out from underneath you.
Well, most
you know?
people, in our side of the country, they don't know how to ice skate.
No.
It's just not a big thing.
nor drive on ice.
But you and I love, yeah, I'm sure. But you and I loved going to ice skate.
Did you see that
That was
meme I
always
sent
fun.
you the other day with that guy in Atlanta?
Yeah, he kept trying to make it up.
It was like ice versus car versus gate. And like it had these point system. And there was this guy or girl in Atlanta trying to get out of their apartment at like 7 a.m.
Well, that's hard to get
It had
up
a
those
gated
hills.
community.
Yeah.
It was a slight hill. And that car kept trying to get it and they couldn't. So the gate would open. They would try. The car kept sliding back. And then they added these effects like a plunk, plunk.
Yeah.
Like the gate looked like it kept hitting the car back. That guy got so desperate he turned the car around backwards trying to back out and the gate would shut and he tried to full forward, let the gate open, then and try to running starting. It was just, I thought it was
Yeah,
hilarious.
I
It's like-
can't. I
it's-
was laughing, but I couldn't laugh at him because literally, when we had ice storms or the snow
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
or a few weeks ago, I was that guy.
Well, I'm
I
not,
could not get my car up
that's
the
why,
driveway.
that's what's so funny
And
about
that's why
it.
I was laughing. I'm like, I did that very same thing.
that's what I'm
I
saying.
reversed up it. I went down, and then finally, the last time, I just started shifting on my steering wheel left to right to left to right to left to right,
try to
and then
burn
I
some hole in the ice.
nailed the gas.
There you go.
And it worked. It was like
Yeah,
it
you got a
went right
rear,
up the
you
hill.
got a rear wheel driven vehicle.
Yeah.
Right. So
Oh, yeah.
that
Yeah,
should
so
be a little
no-
bit better. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and not to have 4-wheel drive, that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But I didn't have that on our Highlander.
On your Highlander.
Yeah. Nope. My dad, he has the same car we have. It's 4-wheel drive, not ours.
So you did Christmas in January. That was
Christmas
the first.
in January.
So you did the whole thing.
And it was almost so nice that we even said, how cool would this be? Just
of
to
course. Is
I'm
this a
telling
new
you,
tradition?
It might be, because what a difference. Like, I like Christmas morning and not being in a hurry, but we are the house, and I'm grateful for it that everybody comes to.
On the day of?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So,
So, everybody does their own Christmases and then they come to your
we
house.
like to have our own time in the morning, and
Yeah.
then we tell everybody, around 4, you can start coming over.
Okay.
but that's the whole deal. And then the house is a mess because you've got paper everywhere. You've been wrapping, all the stuff or unwrapping all the stuff, putting together a bunch of toys or whatever it is. And so this Christmas, because no one came over, we literally got to just stay kind of in our Christmas. We did the family thing where Summer will find us a cool set of like pajamas.
Oh, yeah.
Like flannel type pants and the shirt.
Oh, y'all all look the same?
Oh, yeah. That's
And
us.
the boys went along with us?
Oh, yeah. And even Lido, our dog, we put a little bow tie. Summer made like a matching bow tie.
Seriously.
Oh, yeah.
You were whooped over
he's so
this dog.
cute, man.
That's awesome.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, we haven't even ever talked about Lido, but that's been another adventure this year. We are dog people.
You're a dog family now.
But, yeah, he's a white golden retriever.
Yeah.
Like 2 years old now. So he's awesome. But yeah, so we literally watched Christmas movies on Christmas. It felt like the ideal, but we've never gotten to do that before.
You almost got snow too on it.
We did. I know.
You wait a little longer.
But it was so fun just having people come on like the weekend of the end of January that it was not nearly the work that it usually would have been. So it was great. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Well, I'll be interested to see if you postpone it again. Oh,
Yeah.
we're not feeling good.
Yeah. I got
And you know how well it worked in January last year?
Yeah.
Let's do it again. We'll do our Christmas in 2026.
Yeah.
You'll
who
get a
knows?
better price on all your gifts.
You will. And we had already bought all the gifts, but but the
that's
food,
true.
it was easier to find ham.
Oh, I bet it
easier
was.
to find everything. The racks were full of it.
Yeah.
And since we are, as we said in our old episode, the declared fast of, a lot of churches is ended. So I wasn't holding back, man.
Speaking of food,
I mean, bro, I crammed.
so last night we grilled chicken at the house. And so I marinated it, had it all ready to go. And we've got a propane. God, why can I not talk today? We've got a grill. It's fired up by a propane
It's
tank.
like,
The peas are getting me today.
Remember Porky Pig? He's like,
Yeah.
we're going to go with Anthony. And then he finally just says, we're going to go to that place. He goes for the easier word.
No, but like ping pong starts with a P, and now I'm trying to do propane, and I'm having a problem with my P's today. Anyway, so it's a propane tank.
You need more poom.
And I'm okay. We're not going to define what that is, but
We don't know
anyways,
what that
we
is.
don't know what that is. Okay, so I go out to the last time I used the grill was this week. I was cooking those cheddar dogs. They're so much fun. I'm telling you, if you haven't had a cheddar dog, it'll change
Rex
your life.
mentioned the cheddar dogs.
Oh man, Johnsonville cheddar, jalapeno cheese. All right. Anyway,
Loves his cheddar
So
dogs.
I think by the end of the time I'm making it, I'm thinking I think I might be out of propane. I don't know. Like I just saw the temperature
the
not being
worst.
up. But I was like, I've got 2 tanks, and I knew one tank I should have already had replaced. What do they call it? Exchange, but I didn't. It's in my garage, so I was using this one, and so I was like, I think I'm good. But so anyway, before I grilled the chicken last night, I'm like, I think I need to go do an exchange. So I go to 2 different places to see about an exchange. One place was like $28. I get in there, and the guy's like, we have no exchange. I was like, we have no propane. I'm like, dude, you got a whole rack of propane. But I was like, okay, all right. So, but no, he was legitimately out. They were all empty. I went to another gas station.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, we've got it. I was like, great. They charged my card $28. And I was like, all right, cool. And then the manager came out. Why are you charging for propane? Do you see the sign? We have no propane. He's not talking to me. He's talking to the employee. And I'm like, oh, okay. He's like,
Give me back my money.
Yeah, no. He's like, I'm sorry, sir. He reimbursed me. I'm like, no big deal. So I go home and I'm thinking, all right, I got enough to get through the grilled chicken.
All that work.
I do. And I'll go light up the grill and immediately I'm like, I'm out. There's no gas coming out of this thing. I'm like, great.
It's the worst.
So I've already sauteed the chicken or whatever you call it, like all that stuff, right? And I told my wife, it's like, well, I tried to get propane. It seems like everybody's out. Let me pull up the phone really quick and call a couple of places. So I call this Fresh Value in Moody. And the manager's on the phone, and I was like, "Hey, do you have propane?" Yeah. I was like, "Are you you really have it?" I'm like, "Yeah, we've got plenty." I was like, "Okay, cool. I'll be there." Go down there. I pay, and I have to do a double check because the other 2 places were like $28, and this was $18. I was like, "Hello,
Come on. My new propane place.
Yeah, that's what I told Linda. I was like, and it was a great experience. Got the propane, brought it back home. There's a point to this story, and I'm trying to remember what it was.
The story is good.
But I get
I
back.
didn't know there was a point. I just thought you were sharing your grilling chicken experience.
And so I get back. We
That's
grill the
enough for
chicken.
me, man.
Grill the chicken. It was great. It was amazing. And yeah, I guess that was the point of the story. There is a reason I was going there with the chicken and the propane. But anyway, yeah, so maybe it was just the fact that I ran out of propane.
You're a storyteller.
Yeah.
And you wanted to tell a story about grilling chicken.
I want to bring everybody into the fact that I couldn't find propane. But no, the point of the story was it's amazing when I was looking for places that I would normally pay like $28. I found a place where I could get it 18. I'm like, golly, I've been
That's
paying
amazing.
like $10 more.
Well, now I know if I got to refill the
Don't
propane,
go to a gas station.
No,
man.
I'm
It's
going to
the
wait.
worst.
I usually go to like Publix or somewhere, and it's like 25. But I'm going to, before I get to your house, I'm going to exchange some propane
Seriously.
at $18.
And so now I have one full tank and I need to go exchange the other one. The idea of me getting 2 tanks, and here, like I'm a planner. I was like, babe, we need 2 because that way I'm never going to run out. Well,
And now you had 2 empty ones.
Right. And that I only filled up one or swapped one.
You ain't got that kind of money to be spending
Like, I'm like,
$36.
I don't know. Save me $10 on one. I'm thinking, hey, might as well get 2. Let's go. And that's where they get you. I bet. But it works when you actually like fill one and then, you know what I mean? They're both filled and one's empty. Then you get that exchange, set that one aside. But like when you run them both dry, it's like, well, okay. It's like having a car with 2 gas tanks, but both gas tanks are, which they do exist, trucks. Yeah.
Let's talking about the deal.
Empty.
Kai, my 14-year-old,
Empty.
was telling me this story last night when we were having family dinner time. And he said, he was like, so there was this guy who went in, and you got to know Kai. He's like into it. He loves telling stories. He's just a thinker. He's got a great mind. But he was saying, here's a guy who comes in and he wants one watermelon for $3 is what they're being sold for.
Okay.
But then the manager said, well, I'll give you 3 for $10. And the other guy said, well, that doesn't make sense because I could just buy 1 each for $3. So he said, or 3 for 10. And the guy said, no, I'm just going to buy 1 each to show that he knew more than the manager. Mm-hmm. So he buys 3 watermelons separately for $9. And he leaves like he got the better deal. And then the manager really was smiling because the manager said, well, the guy only came in to buy 1 watermelon.
Yeah.
So he made him feel like he got a good deal.
Exactly.
And to win the deal, he bought 3 watermelons. Exactly. So the manager's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like that was his whole man.
Yeah,
Like that was his plan. Make them feel like they got a good deal by doing 1-on-1 because they were coming in to get 1. They left with 3.
So when we were in Idaho, this story reminds me of something that the wonderful Girl Scouts of America. Come on, man! It's that time of year. The Girl Scout cookies should be coming pretty soon. And that just negates all the stuff that we've been working so hard at with our spirit, soul, and body, right?
Well, yeah.
I mean, so
we're
walking out of a you lift me up. That should be the theme song for the Girl Scout cookies, which we'll get to the youth.
I was thinking Jars of Clay.
Oh, okay.
Lift me up when I'm falling.
I was thinking of the moment in the youth video you and I made with Jason Hall. And would you like to buy some Girl Scout cookies?
Girl Scout cookies?
So anyway,
stuff we could show
I know
youth ministry that should not have been. It was not very Christ-like.
No. So let me finish this thing with Linda and the Girl Scout cookies because this was Linda, and it's so funny. She probably does a better job at telling this. So, but we walk out of the Walmart in Nampa, Idaho, and they're selling Girl Scout cookies. And this little girl comes up to Linda. Is like, "Would you like to buy some Girl Scout cookies? They're only $5 a box, or you can get 4 for $20." And Linda's like, "Oh, you know what? I'll take the deal. I'll do the 4 for $20." He's like, "Thank you." And she goes over to Mama and rings us out. We get in the car, and she's like, "Oh, I can't believe it." I went, "What? That little girl? She totally got me." I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, well, she said that they were $5 a box, or you can get 4 for only $20. She said, I literally thought I was getting a deal by buying more.
That is she was like, funny.
I said, that mom is teaching that girl how to sell, man. I was like, you just got had by a little
and
Girl Scout.
Linda of all people,
I know.
She can read an entire book in a day.
Well, the mama sent the little girl out. Would you like to buy some Girl Scout cookies? You know, kind of moment. It's only $5 a box. But it's only $20 for 4, you know. And it's like, of course I'll take the 4. It's your watermelon story. It's like you only wanted one, but man, when I wrapped it up in a package, which made it sound like it was a deal,
sounded like it.
But you were emotionally connected to the moment with this little girl, and like, yeah, of course.
It's like, hey, I'm gonna get some Lucky Charms. It's
£5 per box.
Lucky Charms for almost $5, or you can get 2.
There's
for the same price.
Like, I cannot open a box of Girl Scout cookies and eat just 2 or 3.
No, it's a sleeve.
The whole thing is like,
you're gonna down the sleeve.
It's one box. Yeah. If I'm eating a box, it's the box. And I like the ones that have the chocolate and the peanut butter in it. Like I don't know what those are called.
Those are called the Samoa.
Wait, no. Those are the ones
those
that
got coconut.
Yeah, the Samoans have coconut.
They got chocolate on it.
There's something, I don't know.
You like the peanut butter somethings.
Yeah, I forget like a peanut butter patty type deal.
And then there's the mint. The mint ones. You don't like those?
Mint belongs on toothpaste on a toothbrush, not in my chocolate.
Are you not a mint chocolate chip guy?
No.
Oh gosh, it's like my favorite.
I know it's a lot of people's favorite.
Get a 2-scoop ice cream. You put chocolate, and then on the top mint chocolate.
It was somebody's way of eating dessert and wanting their breath to smell good.
Well, it worked.
I guess so. Mint was meant for chewing gum, for peppermints, and for toothpaste.
I'll go with that too.
Yeah,
but I love my mint.
So does that mean when you're brushing your teeth? Does that mean you're getting you're like, man, I wish some chocolate was on this?
No, it's separate.
I mean, right?
Separate category.
Why would you
to me.
Why mix the two?
I don't know.
Peanut butter and chocolate.
Yeah,
chocolate and ice cream with fudge and caramel. Great.
Yeah,
get mint out of there. Sorry, some people are like, ugh, Rhett, I've done lost you're no longer my friend.
Well, it's like Chick-fil-A during holiday season has those mint shakes.
Yeah,
peppermint shakes.
And Max loves it.
Amazing.
Like, I'm like, why?
It's a thing.
Yeah,
it works.
Look, man,
peppermint
if it's
patties,
the last thing that's out there, I'll eat it. But dude, no,
that's not what you choose.
That and the Cadbury egg. Ugh.
Oh, Rhett, the Cadbury egg is one of the greatest creations by the Cadbury company.
Disgusting.
I loved it.
No.
As a kid,
Reese's
you see that little bunny,
peanut butter and chocolate.
You got that little bunny rabbit like making the bok noises.
Nobody likes that
sitting on that chocolate egg, and it hops off, and they open it up to that gooey inside. As a kid, it made me want it so bad.
Why?
Anytime I hear chickens bop,
Daddy,
I want a Cadbury egg.
Chocolate egg that came out this bunny's butt. It looks delicious. I mean, really,
love it.
Think about the marketing, advertising.
It's just like crazy blue and red and some kind of yellow packaging.
Yeah. What are you eating? What's the goo? Like, what is that?
I don't know.
It's like the middle of an egg that's not cooked.
Yeah, but it's more like the middle. The middle. It's just good. You either hate it or you love it.
Yeah, I don't like the chocolate. I know we're getting into the Easter stuff and Valentine's, but like hard candy, like the things that look like a bunny, they're like hard chocolate, and it's just hard chocolate.
I hate that.
It's thick.
It's too much.
It's like, God, it's like cardboard.
Yeah, I've had enough.
Can we chocolate cover a cardboard and like make this like it's
not
good?
Usually great.
No.
It's better too if you're gonna do it, have it hollow at least. Yeah. Because my goodness, you bite into that bunny ear. I mean, it's like
it's crunch.
You're just like working it. Because it's been sitting in a warehouse somewhere.
Exactly.
By like the Russell Stover company or something.
You got to put some peanut butter on that, man.
Yeah, I agree.
And even
I like, one of the things I like a Hershey bar. I'll take a Hershey bar. Like we'll get them to make s'mores at the house. But I find they never make it to the s'more line. And we have to go buy more because it's up in the cabinet and we make it our own dessert. But I'll take a whole Hershey bar and I set it on a paper plate. I put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds. You pull it out, it still looks just like it. But then I get a spoon, and all it is melted chocolate.
Okay, you don't use the fire to melt it. You just
I'm saying we get it to be we get it for s'mores, but way before the fire has ever started, like weeks before.
Okay, before you even get to the
we're
event,
like Costco purchasing.
Okay, gotcha.
Like we go ahead and do the Costco purchase so we can get the big bulk candy.
Yeah,
but then we'll be out of candy before we ever make it to make s'mores. Like it's like if it's there, you eat it. Yeah. But I love microwaving Hershey's. Yeah. And I love microwaving M&Ms.
Really?
Oh yeah. Everybody, try this.
Gosh.
Just try this. Go buy some plain M&Ms. Put it on a paper plate. Spread them out. I don't know, maybe a pack. Just do a pack.
Okay.
Spread them out. We buy the huge pack so I can just,
Well, you got 4
spoonfuls.
kids. Yeah.
Put it on there and put it in the microwave 30 seconds. Depending the power of your microwave, you might want to fill it.
Yeah.
Get it out. You might want to put it in an extra 10 if you have the wattage we have. Okay, we pull it out and you will take that M&M. It's still not melted on the outside.
Yeah.
It's a little
Melt
warm.
in your mouth, not in your hand.
But you bite on that bad boy,
Oh.
inside it's just melted chocolate.
Oh, there
So
you
it's
go.
a hard exterior.
Yeah.
Thing you bite down and it's like, that was amazing. That's how I eat my M&Ms at the house.
And that's how Justin Bradshaw eats his M&Ms. And the point of this conversation is it's just having a good time, y'all. This is what this is.
Oh, yeah. There's no theme.
This is authentic conversations.
Yep.
Somebody's like, where's my leadership principle in this? It's like, there is none, man. Just go eat a lot of chocolate and don't get suckered by the Girl
Don't
Scouts.
indulge. Yeah. Don't get, and have enough propane.
Yeah. So when we were laughing earlier about the Girl Scout thing, it kind of brought up in my memory this moment. So youth group in the 90s, everything we were trying to do, we were trying to be cutting edge. And, this was the day of the VCR, right? Video.
Oh, yeah.
And so your cameras weren't on your phone. They were actually like a big, massive thing you would have on your shoulder. My dad had one.
Not everybody had a camcorder.
No, not everybody had one. And so we were like high rolling, thinking, we have this big one on your shoulder and very simple, but you put your VHS tape in the side, you shut it, and you just kind of hit record, and it starts recording whatever you're videoing on the tape. And so I don't know what we were doing. Were we like trying to sell Girl Scout cookies in the youth group? Like
we had an idea of
we were making
what would it be like?
SNL skits for our youth group.
Yeah,
is basically what we were
had
doing.
all these TVs that Pastor Scott had up there.
Yeah.
Like just think just big TVs.
Not flat screen TVs, glass tube TVs
big,
that were like
heavy.
200 pounds.
And we had
sitting
those
on a
TVs,
stand.
and he was, it really was cutting edge then for not having a budget. He would stack them and you'd plug them in and you could put a VCR in and play.
So all the TVs
And you
in
would
the
have
room.
the TVs playing. So the creatives we were, before people were doing commercials, we thought, what if we could advertise upcoming beach trips and just different things?
But why were we advertising Girl
because
Scout
it
cookies?
wasn't. We just wanted to have some kind of
Something funny.
a silly video. So we were putting our own SNL stuff together, basically.
And we weren't. This is what happens when you leave two creatives and in charge, and you don't tell the youth pastor, and you just make something, you put it out.
And you
there.
had a camera.
So we did. And we went over to Jason Hall's house.
That's right.
Because he had a nice house. We lived in apartments, so we didn't feel like we could pull it off as well.
No.
I dress up, or I'm on my knees outside of a door with
But you
like
got shoes on your knees, so it's like
like a dwarf on golf.
Dwarf on golf.
Yeah,
with Tim Conway, we used to watch back in the day.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you ever do this, guys, if you want a little,
I know that's not
camera
politically correct, but that's what it was called.
That's what it was called. If you get on your knees and put your shoes on your kneecap, and you can hide your back legs with a
that's what I
blanket,
did,
it's pretty awesome.
That's what I did.
It's quite the. It's awesome.
And I put like a mop or something on my head with I don't know, to make it look like I had long hair, and I was pretending.
So you look like a little girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was the worst looking little girl you've ever seen in your life. Those bent glasses, the frames that have been bent from playing basketball and getting busted in the face and crinkled all around my face. Those little gold rimmed glasses back in the day. Yeah, and my crunk teeth, like
We needed
braces
we
so
used
bad.
to have jacked up teeth.
Oh man, and so I don't know if Jason's a short guy, and if you knew Jason Hall back in the day, like he's with Jesus now. I love that guy. But I think he opened the door, or did you open the door? I can't remember.
No, I think I was holding the camera on this one.
Yeah, okay. And so I ring the doorbell, and you can't see me on the other side of the door. So you POV of being in the house.
Yeah.
Jason opens the door, huh?
Yeah.
And I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, like, would you like to buy some Girl Scout cookies? I know that I just saw you might have to turn the volume down. I pulled the mic so far away, and it was stupid. Like you're listening to this right now thinking, why is this funny? This is not funny. But if you go back to when we were like 16, 17 years old, and we're playing this, and we're just making little stupid skits.
Well, I think there was a lot of things with Girl Scout cookies
and I threw Girl Scout cookies in the air.
There was a lot
or
of
something.
jokes.
Yeah.
That it was just not bad. I mean, it was good. It was just heavy on advertisement, so that made people laugh then.
And I threw the cookies in the air, and I was like very desperate, leaning forward, if you will, without falling over.
Slammed the door.
And he slammed the door on my face.
Yeah. And there was something that was funny about that because of in our time then something that would have been out about selling Girl Scout cookies.
That would've
and
been
it
funny.
just, it was funny then. It makes no sense now.
0 sense. Anyway, I'm just sharing some of our conversation.
But
and
you know,
just some
my
of our
favorite
life.
was
Yeah.
Jason's dad, who actually recently just
Bernie.
passed as well. And I actually went and got to help be a part of his funeral. It was really sweet.
Oh.
But we always called him Bernie because I mean, guys, if you've ever gone to see the movie Weekend at Bernie's,
It was on TV
it was
the
a
other
late
day.
80s movie. It's a classic.
I
And
don't know.
Bernie,
Yeah.
Bernie
Yeah.
is, I mean, actually a guy who dies in the movie, and they basically try to keep preserving him
Because he's a rich dude. He's a business owner.
They're trying to
and
preserve him because they don't want to get accused of killing him because they didn't.
They just showed up at his house.
But yet the people who really kill him keep seeing the guys walk around and they tied their shoestrings along with him.
Yeah.
And it looked like he was walking. So the real killers out there from afar would see that he's still alive.
They couldn't believe it.
So the whole movie
Yeah.
they keep killing him, but he won't die because the other two guys. Anyway,
Yeah.
Bernie. So Jimmy Hall.
He looked just like
looked
Bernie. You put the
just
sunglasses
like him.
and the hat
Holy
on.
cow. And so me and Rhett acted like the two guys on the movie Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
And literally Jimmy would just kind of be dead. He wouldn't
Yeah,
even
he'd
try
go
to
deadpan
exert. He
limp,
would just
yeah.
deadpan on us. He would be like, boom.
And we'd hold
dead
him up.
weight.
Yeah.
And we would tie our shoes and we'd walk down. Because Jimmy was, you ever have one of those youth leaders, if you're listening, there was always the one who didn't play by the full rules. They were like the ones that the students loved.
Yeah.
And there was always like this
crazy
inside
uncle.
joke that, you know, we go deep sea fishing in the middle of the night. You know, obviously we didn't, but it was like the secret. Did we really?
Yeah.
It's between us. And so we would grab his mouth like he's talking, and it would really be him talking, but it was a spitting image.
Yeah. And it
so-
played to the time of the day, like because everybody knew what Weekend at Bernie's was.
It was hilarious.
And we're making announcement about the
About our
upcoming
beach
beach
trip.
trip, and Bernie's going to be there.
Hey,
you know, and,
and-
hey, Bernie says,
and registration, and we'd be moving his mouth about, y'all come to the beach trip. We're gonna go deep sea fishing, and that was so
making
big
his
to
mouth
our youth
move.
group.
Yeah,
And so Bernie, which ironically, I went to go sing at his funeral, and then they wanted me to say a few things, and you would think it would feel weird
Did you go
being at his funeral, but what was beautiful about it is everybody in the room, his family, loved that mean you did that.
Yeah,
And so to be able to tell that story,
that's awesome.
you would think that it would be weird because we're at his
Yeah.
funeral, but it was so filled with laughter.
Yeah, it
and
was very
Jamie
heartwarming.
was there,
Oh.
just his family. It was such a sweet moment.
See, those are the things that I miss being so far away. I was unable to be at those things.
Oh man, I know.
God, I would have loved to have been there.
You would have. Yeah, that would have been really cool if you could have been there. But it's just those memories that take us back, man.
Yeah.
And so the creative side. So we do this is our 1 year.
Yeah.
I feel like we were celebrating the road to 48, and then it was like episode 50. But now to actually be the 1
year
year
mark. Yeah.
I think
a lot.
today's episode really represents what this podcast has been about. It's
Yeah.
just some fun, random stories that, if anything, this week
Yeah.
didn't really have any leadership lesson for you guys.
Maybe
but,
we could stretch
You
and get
can
in there
find
somewhere.
it.
There's some leadership in here.
But
I
you know
tell
what? I do hope that it brought some laughs and just allowing you guys, really what the theme of this podcast is
Yeah.
find that person in your life that you can just laugh with, and find more than one. Find as many as you can that are just great friends.
Yeah.
And it really will make your life better when you can reminisce and you can also build new memories. You can reminisce on yesterday, but not live in yesterday. And you can move on and see what actually awaits. The great plans, the great mission that God has for you. We're not going to be able to accomplish anything we want to if we didn't have the friendships in our life like we do. So we hope that you guys have enjoyed this episode as we just kind of get to run wild with some stories. But it's really an honor for us to get to have you guys join us on this journey.
Thank you, friends. I think it is cool. Laughter and Nostalgia was actually our very first trailer.
It was.
Right? And not on purpose, but it's kind of cool that 1 year mark kind of marked some laughter and
I
nostalgia.
love it, man.
So, hey, man, I hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you really soon. Bye, friends.
Coming up on the next episode of Armchair Authentic. What makes you say you, but then you had to let me know. Now, I'm not talking to you, Justin.
Exactly.
I mean, it's clear.
Yeah.
We're talking to our
It's
audience.
the same thing.
But you just had to clear that up with me.
Yeah, because
But then as I was clearing up what you said, I then had to jump in and say, now I know you know this. I cleared up the clear up of your clear up.
I think maybe, and that's a great question. It's because you and I are in the room and we know people are listening, but I feel like it's our conversation. So when I'm saying you, it could come across as if I'm saying, Justin, when you communicate, man, and I don't mean it that way.
You're almost being protective of my feelings.
Yeah.
Because inside there might be something you're going through that would...
Way to turn this on me. I love this. Bring it on. Let's talk about this. Let's
you know
go
what
deep
I mean?
with this. Yes. Like,
see?
Exactly.
I just asked if you know what I mean. Because I needed to know that you're picking up on what I'm saying.
I get what you're throwing down.
Because I care.
I understand it. We're tracking with each other. You're communicating it well. I got you.
We're really looking forward to that episode. A highlight for us is when we get to engage with you. That's why our socials are there. Reach out to us on Facebook and Instagram at Armchair Authentic or on X at Armchair Auth Pod. That's Armchair Auth, AUTHPOD. We're really looking forward to bringing you these episodes each week. We have some great guests in store. And of course, me and Rhett are going to be bringing you some authentic conversations. If you're enjoying these episodes, would you do us a favor? Would you copy the link and text it to a friend? We'd love to have them join us on this journey. Hey, we look forward to talking to you again next week on Armchair Authentic. But until then, we'll see you soon.